Right. Let me see who won here. Oh no, these are nominees. Got it. All right. Dwayne Johnson. That might be my cousin. Michael B. Jordan. Congratulations. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey y'all. It's Val the Voice Johnson. It's another edition of Interludes Extra Presents Talk on Tuesdays. And the Golden Globes, with their nominations, a familiar face returns to Bel Air to wrap up its fourth and unfortunately final season. And what's going on in the water over at CBS? I know you're wondering that. Is it Paramount? Is it new people running things? We'll be chatting about it all as we get going right about now. It's Interludes Extra Presents Talk on Tuesdays. We're back and we got a lot to chit chat about. But of course, I like to always say hello for myself and Coach Tony. You know, he's out here coaching. We'll talk about that a little bit later, just a little bit later. And there's the book, A DJ Saved My Life. You know what? This book has changed my life. I am getting booked for speaking gigs, and there's a whole lot of things that are happening, but it is the personal memoir of why being a virtual DJ and being a podcaster saved my life. Visit our store at purelighthouse.media.com/shop. And I am running a special. It's extended from Black Friday. $29.99 for the book. It is a little bit higher normally, but you guys can go ahead and check it out. Our affiliate sponsor is KeySpot. Share, connect, and grow. We appreciate Cynthia McAllister. She's the one that worked on our website, the website for Pure Lighthouse Media. And of course, if you're a small business and you want to connect with other businesses around the country and get advertising on about your business on this app, go ahead and go to keyspot.app.com/free. Let them know that Interlude sent you over. Cynthia will love to see you guys over there with her. And then, of course, Patreon. I released a new video for Patreon a little bit earlier today, around 5:15. We'll take a look at that, just a little piece of it. I decided to do some behind the scenes and then share it with the global community. But patreon.com/interludes. Visit our website there. And you know what? You can join that community for free. Can you believe it? I've been on Coach for about, and I say this all the time, well over about two or three months. It was probably over a year. I said, come ahead and get a Instagram. He got one. It's the Pull Up Podcast Show. And we are currently streaming over on the Pull Up Podcast Show on IG. Hi, everybody over on IG. And so, Coach, this picture was taken, I think, in late August, and he thinks he has blue eyes because it was reflective of reflecting his blue suit. I'm like, you look fine, Tony. Stop talking about how you look. Now, myself, I took this picture earlier in Atlanta, but of course, you can follow the podcast on interludes_podcast. You can scan the QR code, and then Val the Voice Johnson, that's my personal, and I've had that IG since 2013. Yeah, I've had it for a long time. It's been over 10 years. So it's a good thing with that. Let me make sure I go back to this patreon.com. Thank you so much, Mr. Springer. And you can join the Patreon community for free for behind the scenes podcasting tips and more. And I am so proud of being able to do that and do that with you guys. So let me go ahead and get to Mr. our coach. He will be in probably a little bit later, but I definitely wanted to make sure that I talk to you all about something, and let me go ahead and do my thing. Last night, ladies and gentlemen, I was running the Pull Up Podcast show solo. That was not my intention. I put on my Bears Walter Payton shirt. Yes, jersey. And I proceeded to run the podcast. Now, see, this is a good thing about doing research, ladies and gentlemen, for you guys that think about you're on your job and your teammate says, "Hey, I need you, but I got to go over here and work right here, and I'll be right here, but I got to go over here and work." So this was your girl working. And when I say working, I mean she was working. So last night, this was me kind of carrying on. And if you see, things are a little bit different. Crimson and cream, or crimson and white. I think that's what the Kappa colors are, because Tony is a Kappa. So I'm not getting into that. I'm not from a fraternity or a sorority, so I don't know. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, I didn't get stood up. I didn't get stood up. No, he came later on in the show. He did come. He did show up because he was coaching. That's what happens. That's what happens. You do your thing. You're coaching, and in fact, let me show proof that he showed up. He did. I was really proud of him for saying, you know what, Val, I'm coming. I was like, okay. And we went over exactly all that we were going to discuss. And here's the thing, I was so into what I was talking about. And I think mainly it was, he corrected me, Notre Dame and Maurice Freeman, who is the coach there. So when coach showed up a little bit later after I started talking, I was like, all right, we're gonna make it happen. So whatever errors that I had, he went ahead and corrected them, which I'm totally excited about. Like, thank you, coach. I appreciate you. But this is your show. But this is what I have to do as a producer. I think he asked. I think he said, "Hey Val, why don't we just do a rerun?" We ain't ABC. We won't be doing no rerun. No rerun. We live. This is live. Oh my gosh. Goodness, go ahead and give me a shout in the chat if you're here. I see Dave and Kev are in the building. And yeah, there's Kevin. He says, hello, Val. Man, oh man. It is the Christmas season. What are we, 11 days to Christmas? It's the 9th. 10 carry the 1. Yeah, we got 11 days to Christmas. What are some of your thoughts for Christmas? What are you planning for it? Because technically Christmas is just one day, and I say let's yank out all of the commercialization out of it, and let's go do something nice for our fellow man or woman. I was just reading and catching up with some of my texts. There are some friends of mine who have lost loved ones, and someone who lost their home. And so many of us are praying for their families. And I'm thinking, I figure the best way to show goodwill toward everyone is to help where I can in my community. So that's just kind of my own little thing there, to just say, let's see how we can help one another. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm going to get going here. I what was I doing? I was shopping, looking through some things. Did I capture that? I'm looking to see if I did. I was so focused on the Golden Globe nominees. I'm going to get to that in a second, but no, I did not capture that. But I have a picture. It's on my phone. It was supposed to transfer over. But there's a Snoop Dogg ornament and a Martha Stewart ornament. And I was like, but here's the thing, they're very popular. The two of them are very popular. So I was just gonna poke fun at it because I was thinking, wow, this is amazing that this is happening. You know what? I'm gonna and Kevin, go ahead and follow me on this. I want to go to this story that a little troubling that I found out about. Now, do you all know this newscaster? His name is Maurice Dubois. You guys know who he is? I got a chance. He, at one point, was an anchor here in Chicago a long time ago. Then he was an evening anchor on CBS News, the New York affiliate. And if you know anything about news and broadcast, if you get on now, it's the 4 major networks, you're pretty much set. It's supposed to be one of those jobs you stay in for, until. But you guys, myself and Coach Tony, we have been reporting a lot of changes at CBS Paramount. There has been, kind of that force out. A Stephen Colbert show is going to be coming to the end of his season and of his show some next year in the spring. And then there's a couple of shows. This is normal. Some of the shows, The Neighborhood with Cedric the Entertainer, this show is coming to an end after 8 seasons. But according to CNN Business and also Yahoo News, the anchor, CBS Evening News, is going to be needing an anchor pretty soon. Now, here's the question. Did any of you watch the evening news with CBS? A lot of people watch World News Tonight and NBC Nightly News. Like, those two seem to be the most popular. But I feel like the television landscape is ever changing. And we don't have just 4 networks and maybe a few things outside of that. We literally have choices. And a lot of those choices hang out here on this phone. So as I'm looking at this, and let me see if I can bring it up. I don't know what. Thank you for coming back. So Maurice Dubois and John Dickerson, they both have been co-anchoring CBS News since, when did they start? January of this year. And I thought this was unique that they had 2 co-anchors for CBS News. And that's usually at the 6:30 Eastern time slot, 5:30 Central for us here. And John Dickerson announced a little bit in October that he was going to be leaving. And so Maurice Dubois was going to be the last man standing. But then what ended up happening is that he told the staffers there at CBS Evening News that his last day is going to be December 18th. That's Thursday. What's happening over there at CBS News and Paramount? Is it Skydance? What happened? Oh, okay. This is Dave. He says the News Corp don't have the money. CBS has always been in third. And I'm assuming John or Maurice did not bring up the ratings to where they came out of third. Wow. But here's the thing, John left. He kind of told them, and he left in October. So now it left Maurice there. So why did Maurice leave? So for right now, his last day is going to be December 18th. And they said that he has long represented what we do best at CBS and the stations. And this was Chowbowski. This was one of the people that spoke for him. For more than 2 decades, he has delivered the day's biggest stories from our studios in New York and in the field. And Maurice is deeply valued and respected as a journalist by all of us, and we wish him much success. And it is my hope that we can work together again. And we will have more details on the next chapter of CBS Evening News in the near future, because I don't think Maurice gave them a 2-week notice. Or is this 2 weeks? It's 10 days before Christmas. And wow, okay. I don't know what happened. So Maurice is bouncing. Yeah, Maurice is bouncing. He's like, I'm not staying. And what are you saying? Maurice need the money. Does he? I don't think he does. I think Maurice is okay. He's gonna be all right. But I felt, wow, you left after only co-anchoring this for what, 11 months? This is now the 12th month. So I feel like something is happening over there that we don't know about. It's something that we don't know, and I'm betting that it has something to do with maybe it was pay, maybe it was all I'm saying, it's all speculation. So ladies and gentlemen, if you have a job and they're treating you good, let them know. If you give them a 2-week notice, and let them know if you're leaving, I think. And then, you might be required to stay and train your replacement. I know I've done that on a couple of jobs. Didn't like it, but it's happened. So that's how that works. Oh my gosh. Well, you know what? Let's now get to the Golden Globes. Sometimes I tell you, I've gone back and forth about covering the Golden Globes. I've gone back and forth about it. And for me, I'm always thinking about who was nominated and which films should I be checking out, or which shows should I be checking out. That's kind of that, you try to figure it out, but you're like, you know what? I don't want to try to figure it out, but I'm thinking it could work. But I was very happy to see Sky. I think, yeah, Sky and Marlon announced the awards. This happened on yesterday morning, very early from Los Angeles. So if you're dressed and you're hitting something at 8 o'clock in the morning, East Coast time, it is 5 something in the morning on the West Coast. So they did the announcements of the Golden Globe nominees. So I'm excited about a couple of nominees that I heard that are coming. But there are a couple there now. I have a laundry list of films. I was thinking, oh, I'm gonna go see that. Oh, I want to see that. I bookmarked it when that film is going to start streaming on this date. Okay, let me bookmark this. Okay, this one is coming to the theater. I gotta see it in the theater. Okay, let me bookmark this. So I've been doing that. And now when the Golden Globes come with their nominees, I'm like, all right, so you all are letting me know what you think is worthy of a statue. And oh my goodness. So for the people that have been watching and keeping up with, and now the Golden Globes, they do films, they do television. And now they have they have a couple of new categories, and they even have now best podcast. A lot of the folks who are well known and famous, former actors or current actors, have almost locked up that market of best podcast. So I think this is the first year for that. Best picture drama, we got a few folks there. But here's the thing, of everyone that you see, Frankenstein is probably the one that I bookmarked. It's currently streaming on Netflix, but it was in the theaters. And Hamnet, it was just an accident, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, and Sinners. Of the 6 that you see nominated here, I've seen one film. You already know which film that is. I don't even have to go into the details with that. There we go. Have you seen any of these dramas? Just asking. And of course, here are the best male actors. Joel Edgerton, Train Dreams. Oscar Isaac, Frankenstein. So he's a lead actor in that. Dwayne Johnson, The Smashing Machine. This was one of the films that I saw a preview for, and I was like, I'd like to see this because I didn't recognize Dwayne, The Rock. I didn't recognize him. So I was like, I want to see this film. Jeremy Allen White, Springsteen, Deliver Me from Nowhere. I was a big fan of Springsteen back in the day. I always thought he sounded like he was drinking, or that he made his voice raspy on purpose. But the Born in the USA, that's my song. I'm sorry. I love that Bruce Springsteen song. But I saw a preview of Springsteen Deliver Me, and Jeremy Allen White is a favorite of the Golden Globes. They love Jeremy White, Allen White over there. Wagner Moura, The Secret Agent. This is another film I haven't seen, but I'd like to see. But I had come out with letting you guys know that partnerships, great partnerships. What are they? Michael B. Jordan, as long as he's been acting since 1989, 1990, he was real young. He was, around that time. This is his first Golden Globe nomination for Sinners. First Golden Globe nomination for Sinners. Yeah. Dave is saying, I would like Michael, but Jeremy might win. That's why I say Jeremy is a favorite. Jeremy is a favorite. And here's the thing, because I like him in FX The Bear, and we've reviewed The Bear on this platform, and it's shot here in Chicago, I wouldn't have an issue with it whatsoever. But I need to see the film now because he's nominated. So if you are attracted to any of these nominees, any of these films, this is kind of our time together where I'll suggest and recommend you should probably see this film because it's nominated. You should probably see Frankenstein because Oscar Isaac is brilliant in Frankenstein because he's nominated. You should probably check out Dwayne Johnson. He did a method acting transformation in this film. Let's check it out. So I want to see it. I want to see some of these films that are listed. But what I would love to talk about is Ryan Coogler, who Sinners has been nominated. The film has been nominated for Best Drama, and I believe he's also been nominated as director as well. But these two have been working together since Fruitvale Station, which was released in 2014. So this is before Black Panther, Creed, and anything else. It's kind of a synergy that Coogler has with Michael B. And I believe the very last Creed, Michael B. Jordan directed that film. And it was kind of under the tutelage of Ryan, but it was like Ryan said, no, you go ahead and direct yourself. So this is a partnership that's been working for the last decade. And of course, this I found this picture and I was thinking, man, um, Chadwick, you know, earlier this year he got a star on the Fame, Chadwick Boseman, and Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan spoke, and it was really poignant. I unfortunately can't find the video, but then I can't play it, due to copyright. But his wife was there, his widow, and you know, I don't know if you all watch Wakanda Forever, because sometimes I'll just watch the very beginning of Wakanda Forever. And I remember being in the theater with Wakanda Forever, and Siri is trying to figure out how to, help her brother. And obviously he's off screen. And then the Queen Mother comes, beautiful, lets her know, he is with the ancestors. And you're like, it's not just a character. It was Chadwick. And for Ryan to handle this sequel with such grace, now it got heavily criticized. People were like, there's no way the sister should be Black Panther, and passing the man, it doesn't go like that in the comic books. It was totally wrong. But just the first 2 to 3 minutes of Wakanda Forever, and then the silent tribute to Chadwick in the animation of when you see Marvel come up, you don't hear a pin drop in that theater. You don't hear a pin drop in that theater. And I remember just getting hit to the gut with that. Ryan Coogler, it has a special way with the lens, a special way with talking and communicating with his actors. And it was rumored, is Michael B. Jordan going to show up as Killmonger in Wakanda Forever? He did. As a Vision, his character was killed, with the original Black Panther. But I have to say, their partnership is what I have admired from the background. And Sinners, if you haven't seen it, it was recently re-released in the theaters. I want to say around Halloween. There's some people that are like, Val, I don't do horror, so I don't want to see this film. And I was thinking, you have to think of Sinners layers deep. It's not talking just about the horror of, vampires. It's what the vampires represent. And I kind of understood where Ryan was thinking and how he was doing it. And here's the thing: Michael B. Jordan is portraying twins. He's portraying two people, and for him to get nominated, it is phenomenal. And as Dave said, he says, I'd like Michael to win, but I need to see Jeremy's performance in the Springsteen film, because I know it's brilliant too. And Dave also mentioned he was in Shameless. I didn't remember Jeremy in Shameless. I have to see that. So yeah. So I'm, like I said, I'm a fan. I'm a fan. So this is a partnership that's been working for the last 10 years. And I'm just grateful that both have been nominated. And I believe Sinners has, I think, about 6 nominations. I have to triple check that. Yeah, I think they have 6 nominations. I do want to talk about this best performance in stand-up comedy on television. So we have Bill Maher, Brett Goldstein, Kamar Najawani, Ricky Gervais, Sarah Silverman, and Kevin Hart. And so those are the folks that were nominated. A lot of these are on streaming. They're on streaming platforms. And I just recently watched Kevin Hart acting my age, and all he did throughout the show was just talk about how old he is and how things hurt now. And so, but here's the thing: he got nominated for a Golden Globe. I saw some chatter between, I don't know if it was true, him and Eddie Murphy, and they were kind of calling each other out. But Kevin, if you're trying to clown Eddie Murphy, you wouldn't be where you are without someone like an Eddie Murphy. So, yikes. Watch it, buddy. I just wanted to say that. Wicked for Good, nominated. Cynthia Erivo nominated. Ariana Grande nominated, but not nominated for Best Musical Comedy. These are the nominees. No Wicked. All right. Have you guys seen any of these films? And Dave, why are you saying boring? Come on. I'm asking you guys, what do you think of these? Marty Supreme, Blue Moon, Begonia, No Other Choice, Nouvelle Vague, One Battle After the Another. Has anyone seen any of these films? See, that's the reason why I like to do the Golden Globes, because these are some of these films I've covered and some of these films I haven't. And I asked Coach, we should probably check out One Battle After the Other, and he got busy on me. So I don't know. Kevin, what are you saying? Kevin Hart is boring? Oh, he's boring. Yeah. I did, and Dave, let me admit this to you. I did start the Netflix special, and I got distracted, and I didn't go back to it. I think I chuckled a couple of times, but I kind of got the gist of, oh, okay, so 40 something hurts. I got it. Praise God if you make it to 50, Kevin Hart. Just keep on living. Just keep on living. Yeah, Sinners. And I'm glad, Dave, you got a chance to see it. So, yeah, that's very good. I want to make sure One Battle After the Other is one of the films that I think it received the most. And I thought I had, I knew I had it. Here we go. So this is a small poster. I'm looking at the poster. I got to make that better. I got to make that a little bit bigger and better for my eyes, because I'm like, oh no. Who says this now? Kevin is corny, and I saw Sinners 3 times. Okay, that means you really like that movie. I think I watched it twice. The second time I watched it, I was trying to get the gist of a few other things. So yeah. But yeah, One Battle After Another. I wanted to see this. This is Leonardo DiCaprio, who is the lead actor in that. And I remember seeing a lot of interviews with Leo, with Tiana Taylor, Regina Hall, Sean Penn, and a few others. So I really want to give this a shot, because here's the thing: back in the day, I was a fan of Leonardo DiCaprio. He could do no wrong in my eyes. That was just me. This is a film I haven't seen, so this is something I'd like to check out. And you guys let me know in the chat if you have any interest in seeing this. Now, this came out in late September, and this is nominated for 9 Golden Globes. So we'll see what happens. Okay, and Dave is still talking about Sinners. He said he saw it on different screens. I really wanted to see Sinners on IMAX. So here are a few of the other folks that were nominated in the Best Picture category. And sentimental value, I think the only actor that I know on this is Elle Fanning. I know Elle Fanning, but I don't know anyone else. I have to find out what it's about. But yeah, these are some of the films I would like to check out and see. And and you know what? I think Dave, One Battle After Another is on streaming. I feel like it's either on HBO Max or maybe Paramount Plus, but I have to see who the studio is, because it might be independent. So, but yeah, but I'm grateful that the Golden Globes remembered Sinners. And if you guys want to check it out, the Golden Globes, CBS. Hopefully nothing happens before this award show on CBS. Nikki Glaser, she'll be coming back. Nikki Glaser, she's coming back. This will be a second year hosting. So she was mild-mannered and funny. So they're bringing her back. It's January 11th next year on CBS. And then if you want to see it, when you want to watch it, it'll be on Paramount Plus. I did find what I want to talk about before I get into Bel Air, and I'm gonna break this up. I did see it. I did scan it. I was in Walmart and I saw this. You guys are gonna laugh when you see it, because I was like, I want to show my audience this. There it is. There it is. Oh my gosh. So. Okay, I don't want to copy that. So I'm here in real time, preparing this to show to you. But people are doing Christmas shopping. They're doing their things. There's pint glasses, there are ornaments. It's like a whole thing, and I have to show you guys that. And I wanted to get Tony's thought on this, but it's hilarious. So let me go ahead and share this with you all, because I was so tickled. This was at the local store here. Let me bring this up. Now, if you were shocked, Martha Stewart, if she looked like this, an ornament. Cute, huh? All right. Now, the really funny part is, I think these are ornaments. So there's a Snoop Dogg ornament, and then there's a Martha on the mantle ornament. It's a holiday tradition. I'm sorry, I found this hilarious. And then there's pint glasses. I almost said pimp glasses, but these are pint glasses that you know what? Snoop Dogg literally 20 plus years ago would say, if you're doing things like this, you are a sellout. Apparently, he's doing that and he's having a blast. All right. Well, I'm going to come back with one of my favorite shows, which is coming to an end, and kind of a surprise. It's a spoiler alert. Now, if you haven't watched all the episodes of Bel Air, spoiler alerts are coming. So I want to make sure that I let you guys know that, but we'll be back right after this. And that was the wrong thing. We'll try that again.
Hey, I'm Coach Tony, and this is the Pull Up Podcast Show. For every Monday, we break down the game quarter by quarter and give you information as well as break down the culture. Join us on the Pull Up Podcast Show.
Pull up. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up. Bounce the voice and Coach Tony, it's the Pull Up Podcast show. I said bounce the voice and Coach Tony, it's the Pull Up Podcast.
the show. It's a pull up podcast. It's a pull up. All right, I'm not gonna sing that. We're not gonna. I'm not singing that. I'm not singing that. Welcome back to Interludes Extra Presents Talk on to joining me on tonight as we break down some things, and there are Christmas shows happening. I think I saw Dancing with the Stars holiday tradition. I think that happened, the holiday dance that was like last week. Like all of the Christmassy things are happening. I'm doing my Christmas movies, and then everything else I'm just kind of staying away from because I can only take so much Christmas, and then it's like, oh no, I'm getting, it's too much. All right, this is I'm about to go on a nice little rant here. This show should have stayed around for at least another season. I'm a huge fan of Bel Air. When I say I'm a huge fan of a show, I'm a huge fan of Bel Air. I have no clue why it only went 4 seasons. And in fact, there was one time it was a long hiatus. And when I say a long hiatus, it was a long. Is it coming back? Is it not coming back? Did Will mess it up for everybody? Like we were a little, I was nervous. I don't know about nobody else, but I was nervous. I kind of said that. But on Peacock, the 4th and final season of Bel Air is currently streaming. And what they're starting to do now with the streaming shows, especially if there's anywhere from like, if it's 8 to 10 episodes, they'll only show a few shows, and then they'll hold them even though they're all finished, and then they'll release the rest. Well, the last 4 episodes, there was 4 episodes that were released a couple of weeks ago, and now the last 4 episodes have now been released. And what's been fun is that the old cast from the original Fresh Prince of Bel Air have been coming and making cameo appearances on the show. And I think that Daphne Maxwell Reid came on. Janet Hubert is on this season, which is really wonderful. Tatiana Ali made an appearance, and Joseph Marcel. So he played Jeffrey. But this was our attractive cast, the reimagining of a drama version of Bel Air. And I saw an interview with Will Smith, and he said that he almost came back as Will's father. In the original series, Will's father was portrayed by Ben Vereen. But this time, Marlon Wayans did a really, really excellent job at portraying Lou Smith, which was the character that was introduced in the original series. Simone Joy Jones as Lisa, Jordan L. Jones as Jazz. They're not related. I've always wondered if they were. Akira Akbar, she plays Ashley Banks, and Jimmy Akinbola as Jeffrey. Coco Jones, now a Grammy-nominated singer. She hasn't really been in a lot. I've watched 4 episodes of Bel Air. I have not really seen a lot of her. So she was probably touring and doing her thing. She shows up like through the phone. But I was like, I hope she's in the last couple of episodes, like physically there. Oli Sholotan. He plays Carlton Banks, Cassandra Freeman as Vivian Banks, Adrian Holmes, who I found out is a British actor. And I'm so sorry, British Canadian actor, as Philip Banks, and Jabari Banks. I'm sorry, as Philip Banks, and Jabari Banks. He plays Will. I have really enjoyed this entire ensemble cast for the last 4 seasons. I really was hoping that they would have gone ahead and continued it. And Will's character graduates and he is on his way to college. So it's a big deal for him to make his way back. So, like I said, of the original cast, only a few folks have come back. I think the only people that didn't come back was Alfonso Roberto, but he was probably busy, hosting a show called Dancing with the Stars. There you go. And he also hosts another show too. It's the bloopers one. I can't think of the name of it, but yeah, the bloopers one. And then Karen Parsons didn't come back. She didn't make a cameo appearance. Probably busy doing other things as well. So everybody's got a full schedule. And of course, we all miss James Avery as the original Philip Banks. I think he passed at the end of, what was it, 2021? I have to see when he passed, but when there was a reunion show that came on Peacock. This was probably just before the Bel Air got released. This was a nice selfie I think Will took, and everyone came back, which was really good, to talk about the show, and they remembered James Avery really, really nicely on there. The reimagining came from Mr. Cooper, who's there in the Dead Center, and this was a partnership that sprung off Bel Air. If you've ever thought about pitching, shooting your shot with someone, and you want to pitch your film or movie idea, make sure you have something as solid as what Cooper had. Because I was thinking to myself, this is pretty darn good. And I see, oh, Dave said no. Nope for Snoopy. Yeah, that's too funny. Hello, great to see you, Ashley. So this is the other partnership that I wanted to kind of highlight that I really appreciate and like. But guess who's going to be making an appearance on the last episode of Bel Air? Do you know? Well, it's this gentleman right here. Who's the show is based on? It's Will Smith. He's going to be making a cameo and I think it's going to be on the final episode of Bel Air, and I know that's where that is going to live, and I'm real excited that that Will and Will are looking at each other and they're talking, and I'm like, okay, this will be good to see. I see Mr. Coach is in the building. What up?
Man, I just jumped in on one of my favorite little sitcoms coming up, the Beverly Hills Boys with Will.
Oh, let me change the graphics here. How you doing, Coach? How's it going?
Took another thumping tonight, but I'll survive.
When you say thumping, what do you mean? I'm assuming the girls unfortunately lost.
Again, yes, but we're getting better. We're learning, and we're just continuing to get better every day. It's all we gotta do. We can't run from pressure. All we can do is just keep lacing our shoes up and go out and battle. You know what I mean?
Which is good. And like I said, I was telling people, I was like, Coach is coaching and I'm hosting. So I'm holding it down while Coach is coaching. So I was like, don't even know.
What's up, JB? See, JB don't want to be on my record. I'd have asked him for 6 months to connect with me so we can get this. Now I think we got a voice person now, JB. When you hear this record, you're going to be like, man, I wish I'd have jumped on that track.
Oh, my man's in them? That track?
And Val, we done just found a remix producer, big time, Cali. I was telling you about that. Can't wait till the track come out, ready to jump on it. For those that don't know, rap is not about to be lost, but rap is losing its traction. And by 2029, 2030, they said house music of all sorts will be the biggest genre worldwide. And if you notice, Val, Look at some of the raps. What are they doing? They're rapping, but most of the raps are going up-tempo beats from 74, 75 beats a minute for those that DJ, up to about 120, 122, 123. And those are now the ones that are making big hits.
Yeah, and I think what's most exciting is that the diversity of folks that are coming into the genre. I feel like we're very welcoming. We're not, casting anyone out. And of course, am I seeing our friend of the show in here, JB Song?
Yeah, I said JB. I just said it. And Val, I think you made a hell of a good point. I was just talking to somebody, if you remember, a few weeks ago. Remember, I told you I met a person from Chicago in the grocery store, and the daughter. And I was like, "What kind of music you listen to?" And I'm expecting maybe soft rock, whatever. And of course, she's not black, but she's a Chicagoan, and she said, "Man, I love house music." And I go, "Oh, house music." It puts me aback.
Why you saying like that?
Yeah, because she's under 25, and in this genre, you don't hear people say that now. And here's the crazy part about it: if the young kids say they like house music, they're really talking about what? EDM,
right? They are.
So
yeah, they are.
They're talking about EDM. So, but when she said, "No, I hate EDM. I love pure Chicago house music," I'm like, "Wait a minute, hold on. I got to feel your forehead and make sure you ain't sweating, because I need to understand, what do you know about this?" And come to find out, that dad was an old house music DJ from Chicago, and she grew up. That's all she heard, and still in love with it. And she said when she goes out to clubs and listen to guys play, when they play certain records, she know they got a house music feel. She can like or dislike the DJ. If they're playing constant EDM music and think it's house music, that that ain't house music. So, JB, I love you, but I try to get you on this track because we needed that female voice to sing that hook. But my nephew, again, he's a big producer, and they don't believe in waiting. So we were trying to get this track out by the beginning of the year. So maybe the next one we work on, if your time admits itself, we can work on something together. But this about to be a hit now, my man's in him.
Oh, well, you know what? I'm glad you're here, because I held back this story. I'll circle back to Bel Air, because I want to get your thoughts on what I was about to reveal. But some of the nominations for music in the Golden Globes, Raphael Sadiq.
Love that dude.
Yeah, man. Yeah. This is a
thing. I'm talking about from Tony Tone. Don't stop. I hate when people do that, because LL Cool J. Okay, so LL Cool J said in an interview, when the young kids see him, they're like, "Oh, mom, oh, dad, I didn't know such and such from NCIS. He trying to be a rapper," not knowing that he's one of the greatest of all time. Not just starting, but he's one of the GOATs. And if it wasn't for Cool J, do you know, Val, that he's the only rapper, only one in the world that's had a record out in every decade since he started. He's been now in 40 years, 4 decades, 4 records. No other artist has done that but Cool J.
Yeah.
That's
so
amazing.
And here's the thing. I don't think this would be wonderful if this happened, but I don't know if Cool J has ever been nominated for music for television or film. So
well, he got an honorary award. He got the honorary. He got rewarded by Barack Obama on his. He got the honorary award. He got the highest reward you can get from the White House. He got one of those.
Okay, I'm gonna stop, because I see that I have to clue in my friend here real quick. So, in regards to being nominated for either an Oscar for music or a Golden Globe for music, and that's in the film, television category, an Emmy. I don't think LL Cool J has been nominated in those arenas.
Yeah,
that's what that's all I mean for that. Yeah, because I
did the more boring movies. He tried to be Cool J.
What? Well, anyway, but here's the thing: you did see the movie Sinners. You did see Sinners, right?
Yeah, I saw a little bit of bits and pieces. It didn't. people don't knock me, but I really didn't. It really didn't do nothing for me.
Wow. Okay. All
Maybe
right.
it's different,
All right.
but I watched it. I'm not a scary movie person, so maybe that's why. It really wasn't a scary movie, but I felt that Michael B. Jordan was chasing himself and trying to make himself mad. I couldn't understand the concept, and I tried to. And it just reminded me of like some stuff that Erykah Badu was saying with the witchcraft stuff. You know what I mean? That's just Coach Tony. Everybody don't take it. You know, I'm just telling you.
Hey, you said you were gonna bring the hood situation, so that is I totally get
but
that.
I'm not
so
saying it wasn't a good movie, Val. You know, it obviously got nominated. It just didn't move me. That's all.
Okay. Oh gosh. I got to stop sharing because I meant to hold on to that. I wanted to mention like some of the folks that have been what do you call this? That have been nominated. Let me go. Oh, there it is. There we go. I'm bringing it back. Tremel Tillman. There's a show on Apple TV called Servant.
I saw. Okay.
I have not seen this film. I have not seen this show. It's kind of a dark version of The Office, if that's what.
Hey, but The Office was funny.
It was funny. That's why it's a dark version of it. So, and then Dwayne Johnson has been nominated for The Rock. He's been nominated for the Smashing Machine. And he looks unrecognizable in the film, Coach. But this is a film I would like to see that I haven't seen, and because he's nominated, I'm paying attention now.
What's it about?
I like when you ask me these questions, and I should be prepared to answer them for you. So I will do that. The Smashing Machine, film that came out a little bit earlier this year. It's a biographical sports drama written and directed by Benny Sardai. Right. And let me see. Oh, it's the story of a mixed martial arts and UFC fighter Mark Kerr, whose obsession with greatness made him a legend and nearly cost him everything. And so Benny is in it too. And I think David Copeland is in it as well. And so this is from A24 Studios. They have a lot of movies that are nominated. And Emily Blunt, she is from one of your favorite movies, Devil Wears Prada. And so she plays his partner, his woman in this. So that she was promoting this film, The Smashing Machine, and I was thinking, you know what, this is something I'd like to see because I like Emily Blunt. She's an English actress. And I know you like The Rock, but you're not going to recognize him in this film.
What I really loved him in. Do you remember when he had the show and it was about the pro football players? He owned an agency and whatnot. It was crazy. It filmed out of Miami. You remember that a few years ago?
I think so. Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was crazy. And they kept on failing, but he lived poor, in just a basic in the hood type of apartment, but he made everybody think he was rich because he's trying to get this agency off the ground. And I laugh with it, but I really like that. And I think The Rock has done, to me, I love The Rock is, ex-football player, but he's done very, very well in the movie industry as a whole.
Yeah. This is another one of my favorite actresses from the series called The Bear. This show is on
Love The Bear. The Bear.
I love that show because
y'all gonna get y'all Italian beef. Oh, by the way, I'm got a trick question. The Bear made what Italian beef place in Chicago's customer and value go up when the movie hit? What was it? You on the call?
You mean when the series hit, because it's a series?
Yeah, that's what I meant. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, but when the series what famous hit. Chicago restaurant went through the roof with customers coming and banging down the doors because The Bear was on?
I do not know. Please let us know who that
I
is.
love that when I got an educate Val. If
I don't
you
believe
guys are
it.
in the city of Chicago, and for those that have not tried our wonderful Italian beef, then you need to stop by Mr. Beef. Mr. Beef is the restaurant that was on the show, The Bear.
Okay.
So
The
when you
Bear.
saw The Bear, the restaurant, the grill, everything else that was going on, Mr. Beef said his entire every day just bombarded. People was half a block to a block waiting to get in when the show because they put him on.
I like that. I like that. So Ao Edebri, the bear. I don't want to say the bear. She's been nominated before. She's nominated for best. I want to say best actress. Yes, best performance. So she was nominated for a Golden Globe, and of course, let me keep going.
Hold on. I can't let you keep going.
Okay.
She was the one. She looks so different. She was the one that my man was trying to. She was trying to help the business out, trying to do all the stuff.
Yes.
Oh, you can't keep going. I gotta understand before you make to the next move. But okay, because she got long hair, and on the show she ain't dressed because she had the accent like she's from the islands.
Exactly. Okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right. So you didn't like Sinners. We're gonna go past that. Rashida Jones, Black Mirror.
Yep.
Black Mirror is currently. I think that's on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's on Netflix. So she's best performance in a limited series or anthology series. They have to make the distinction of this. We talked about this a little bit earlier, Coach, before you got here. Kevin Hart, his comedy special on Netflix, Act My Age, has been nominated. So wow, you're like a lot of people that have like a bad thing that like we don't like Kevin Hart no more.
Let me tell you something. This white dude I'm watching right now, Mike Rafe, R-I-F-E, Christmas special was funnier than Kevin Hart. I found Kevin laughing at a lot of his own jokes. I sat there and ate my dinner watching this. Mayor gave him 4 good hard laughs.
Coach, I'll let you know this. I watched it and I got distracted, and unfortunately, I have not returned to it. Now, look, I want to do. I want to jump here. I want to jump. Right. So I'm going to jump. We talked about this earlier this year. Sterling K. Brown, Paradise. Were you the one telling me that you liked this series?
I'm the one that told you about the series.
Yeah, you're the one that said, Valerie, you need to check out this series. So Sterling K. Brown nominated. And
I like him because he grew on me. He's been in different type of movies, but I love the characters he always played. He always played that interesting character. Either he's doing something or getting something done to him. You know what I mean? But he always seemed to come out on the positive end. I love him. And he always seemed to be like in the middle of something. If something's going on, whether it's going to be good or bad, it always seemed to find its way back to that brother. Sterling, I love it. And that Paradise was crazy. That's a good series.
It's a good series. And the preview of the
April
show.
Said, Coach Tony, Kevin Hart was good.
Yeah, did you see that? Yeah, April agrees with you. That's why I was putting that up there for you to read. She agrees with you. And then she also says, April says, Paradise is so good.
There you go. April, we were here. April, hey, bam.
All right. Who else that got nominated? Okay, Cynthia Erivo.
Hey, let me tell you something before you make a comment. I want her as my bodyguard. And did you see that day the old boy jumped up on Wicked trying to hug her? She about to bust him in the damn jaw. Bam! You better get up off my girl. She trying to come up out of nowhere. And my man did it a couple of times. She jumped. Hey, look. Hey. She about like, where the hell the bodyguard's at? I can't be on the red carpet and the bodyguard. She almost whooped his ass. You don't jump up and try to grab no starlight. Man, she almost gave him the choke out. I'm nominating her just for that.
Okay, Coach, she's a brilliant singer. And this is her second time being nominated for the same role, Elphaba in Wicked, but this is now part 2, Wicked for Good. Now, here's the thing. Wicked for Good did not get nominated for Best Musical or Comedy. It was left off of the left, and then people are saying it's a snub.
Well, I don't know, Val. I'm with April. If you watched on the red carpet, she should have got nominated for Almost Whooping Old Boy Ass. And like April said, she's definitely a bodyguard. I'm telling you, some things you got to go right, some things you got to go hood. And she straight up got the hood. That was she should have got nominated for, and it would have probably got the Wicked nomination. I'm just saying.
No, I
with you, baby. And anytime I go out and I need to, because Coach Tony, I guess I got a couple followers. I may need you to pull up on me in Nashville. Pull up on me anytime.
She's not gonna Wally whoop them like that. She'll probably sing to them and get them out the way or whatever. Because her voice coach is powerful.
Her left hand is powerful.
Okay, next person. Okay, yes. All right, so here we go. We got Tessa Thompson. She got nominated as well, and then Cynthia Erivo. So yeah, and then of course Michael B. Jordan.
Hey, I like all the nominees. Tessa's my cousin, for those that don't know, and
Tessa's not related to you.
Yeah, now, she's third cousin on my mama's side.
Oh my gosh! Now Tessa Thompson portrayed Michael B. Jordan's woman in the Creed series,
right?
But she's nominated for something else totally different. And I had it up before. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, I'm just saying for real. She's third cousin on my mama's side. But again, I would nominate her just off GP for the family, because if not, they're gonna evict me. But Michael B. Jordan is doing some big things, and I went back the other day, Val. You know what was on TV the other day?
What was on TV the other day?
Fruitvale Station. You remember that?
Yeah. So I don't know if you caught what we were talking about at the very beginning, and then the cover of the show. Let me bring you in close here. I was talking about great partnerships, and Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan have been working together on some type of film since 2014, and that's when Fruitvale Station came out.
And that ended up being a true story. You know that?
It was based on a true story, and I think Michael B. Jordan, when they interviewed him, he said, I was very emotional portraying this role because this could have easily been me.
And the crazy part about it, at the same time it came out, you know what other movie came out with it was a true story?
Which one was this?
Will Smith, when he played old boy out of San Fran who didn't have no money.
I don't know the name of the film.
The one that Will Smith was he portrayed the brother that lost his job, living out of his car, taking care of his daughter.
That would be The Pursuit of Happiness.
Bingo.
And I believe that film came out, The Pursuit, let me bring it up, of Happiness. Came out in 2006. So it was a little bit before Fruitvale Station. But
I love Fruitvale Station because, Fruitvale Station, to me, Val, just looking at movies in general, it reminded me of that halfway point from when Ice Cube dropped Higher Learning into Fruitvale Station. And I'm a big truth teller type movies. I love those because I want to see like the movie in Chicago about the 68 Democratic, the Chicago 8, about the 68 Democratic Convention when they burnt the city down. I love stuff like that. But this Fruitvale Station, I just happened to catch it and I watched it and I'm just like, oh, amazing. And we are 20 years removed. Nothing's the same, Val. Nothing's changed. And it's amazing how the George Floyds of the world, right? And other things. And Fruitvale Station, if you put it in the context, Val, that was actually the original George Floyd. You know what I mean? If you want to look at it. And because that was a mistake going wrong, right? The kids were coming off New Year's Eve, knee in his back, couldn't breathe, gun goes off, shot in the back, try to survive it, whatever. But the officer got convicted. But Michael B. Jordan has done so much, man, and I love this brother to death because he is like great, and the things he's doing. And by the way, Val, he's the David Yurman spokesperson. Mike, I'm hollering at you now. Send your boy Coach Tony one of them necklaces, dog, or a bracelet. I need to get me one so I can come up.
So here's the question for you, Coach. How many films do you think that Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler have done together?
Well, let me see. Creed's got 3.
Okay,
6,
that's smart.
4, 5, 6. I'm gonna say they've done 6. No, I'm back. Hold on. Cause I'm missing one. 3. I'm gonna go with my favorite number 7.
So you say it's 7.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler have made 5 movies together.
Okay.
So I was wrong on the year on that. Fruitvale Station was released in 2013. Creed was released in 2015. Black Panther was released in 2018. Black Panther Wakanda Forever was released in 2022. And Sinners came out earlier this year.
And what's so good is that when he did Fruitvale Station, I just thought the brother was going to go down the hood road. You know what I mean? In other words, Ice Cube stepped Mike Epps, right, with the Friday, got him going. And he stayed in that lane. You ain't seen Mike Epps step out and do no serious movie about X, Y. He's done a lot of movies, but you know what I'm saying?
He's done some serious things.
What?
Not too many.
What?
The remake of Sparkle.
Blacks. Damn.
You don't count that? The remake of Sparkle?
He was all right.
Well, that's because you didn't like the film. Because you didn't like the film.
I love Sparkle because it's, our girl in Chicago. Come on, Mom, we're gonna support that. But he didn't play. He played a stupid role. He still played a comedic role in that movie.
What movie is this?
Sparkle. He didn't play. Sparkle. Yeah, he still played a comedic role. He still was on the come up.
I'm gonna respectfully disagree with you on that because his character was beating one of the main characters in the girl group.
Right. I said gangster. He was a comedic guy. He played the alcoholic. He always played that's what I'm saying. He always played the alcoholic, this and that role. That's him.
And I feel like he's done other stuff. But because Mike Epps' resume is not in my head right now, Coach. So I love how you throw people out here at me, and I'm like, I haven't researched for these, and I'm not like 25 no more, where I can remember it. Mama need to research. So back to Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler. You were saying how much you like them?
Like Michael B. Jordan because I love the come up, love where he's gone, love when he did that first, Fruitvale Station. And he moved far away from that. And like I said, the Wakanda Forever and this and that. He's moved his career, so far to the left or so far to the right that it allows him to do different things. I mean, to take the extension to Rocky, right? Because we all love Rocky.
Creed.
No. Follow me. Don't fast forward. To take the extension to Rocky, because his dad was Creed, and his dad got knocked the hell out. But him and Rocky Balboa had 2 beautiful fights, and he was born in that episode. Obviously, he wasn't a baby, right? Because he wasn't there. Somebody else played the baby doing Rocky 3, but that was Creed's son. So to come back and to do Creed 1 and Creed 2, it was extension to Rocky. The movie, you got to follow me. And that was excellent. But to get to that, the character he played in Fruitvale Station, man, it was, you could relate to him. Kid, working in the grocery store, selling a little weed on the side, trying to make it happen, staying in his mama's house, got a girlfriend with a baby, spending time at the girlfriend baby house. The mama cool because she's single, trying to make it happen, trying to tell her she gonna love her. We're gonna come up out of this whole situation, but at the same time, it's New Year's Eve. Let's go have some fun. And it ended the night. And the mother felt bad because she says, "Don't drive, take the train." And that was the last night she's seen him. So he's gone from that to Wakanda to Creed to Michael B. Jordan's he on a ride. He on a roll right now.
Yeah. So I'm really hoping, and this is his first nomination for Best Actor. So I'm hoping he will win. But earlier in the conversation, Dave was on, and we were talking about Jeremy Allen White from The Bear, but he also portrayed Bruce Springsteen in a wonderful film earlier that got released at the end of last month. And we believe because the Golden Globes love Jeremy White from The Bear, he might end up winning Best Actor.
Plus,
Bruce Springsteen. Yeah.
He sang the song of the century, which is what?
Born in the USA?
Born in the USA. Hey. Man, come on now. That was Bruce. I was on the yard seeing Bruce at Soldier Field.
Mm-hmm.
Bruce was the king. And to have Jeremy do that is just awesome. That's no different than your boy Val, who portrayed Frank, what's his name for Queen? Freddie Mercury. Mm-hmm. And Queen.
Freddie Mercury. Okay.
Oh my God, my dude did a hell of a job, and he looked just like it. And you know that, the Bohemian Rhapsody put Queen on the map. So Jeremy still gonna go with Michael B. Jordan.
Okay. Now I want to get to I think there's two more. No, there's three more I want to talk about, but I don't want to take 10 minutes to talk about each one. One Battle After Another, Chase Infinity. She's a young actress that's in this film with Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm going to keep going. Ashley Waters, Adolescence. He's being nominated for Best Actor in a supporting role on television. This is a show I haven't seen. I'd love to see it. Your girl, Tiana
right there.
Taylor.
Hey, I'm going. Yeah, you got me right there. You ain't got to talk.
Okay, hey, Tiana, can I get the words out of my mouth, please?
Taylor,
thank you. Tiana Taylor is nominated for Best Supporting Actress for One Battle After Another.
Hey, Tiana Taylor get my vote, my girl, my baby. Hey, Tiana, do your thing. You know what I mean? Tiana Taylor get
and Ryan Coogler as Best Director for Sinners.
So get that brother there. He fight against the PWI. Go get that brother an award.
Abbott Elementary on ABC is nominated for Best Television Series, but they're up against a lot of great folks in that category.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, it is. And Tessa Thompson, she's nominated for Best Performance Female in a Motion Picture Drama. Hedda. I have not seen this. Hedda. I don't know what it's about. This is a film I'm interested in seeing.
I call my auntie.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, what's she? Yeah. What is she doing? She making me bad on my job.
All right. So what you came in on, and I'm just going to do the very end of it. Bel Air is one of my favorite dramas that's coming to an end. And Will Smith is going to be making an appearance in the last episode of Bel Air. It leaked out yesterday, so that's been making the rounds and making the news. So that's Jabari Banks, who's been portraying Will in the Bel Air reimagined drama series on Peacock. And then there's Will Smith, who originated the role back 35 years ago in The Fresh Prince of Bel Air when it debuted on NBC in 1990.
Man, the 1990s, the year 1990. Hey, what did Chubb Rock say? 1990, that Chubb Rock didn't begin. Hey, listen, let me tell you something. I'm not a big super duper fan of this show, and Val will tell you, only because I got my reasons, but it grew on me.
It did.
It grew on me because I love the concept. And it was something, once you explained it to me, kind of like, okay, Coach Tony, they did this, they did that, and blah, blah, blah. I didn't like the fact that they made Carlton, who was the biggest nerd in the world, who created one of the best dances in the world, right? The Carlton.
Uh-huh.
You made him a cokehead. I didn't appreciate that at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
But you got to roll with it. And then you made Will a thug who wasn't even a damn thug, right? So you got to live with it. But the only character that played himself, to tell the truth, you know who that is to me?
Who was that?
Jazzy Fizzle.
Well, they made him more of an entrepreneur. I don't necessarily know if the
He was an
original
entrepreneur.
Jazz.
Yeah, he was still on the DJ and his best friend with the record. So he was doing that. They didn't go there, but he still was trying to pursue Hillary. He knocked the boots. Man, what? He had to get with Hillary.
Yeah.
So that was good. So I thought Jazz kind of stuck to his character, and all that. But it was it really amazed me because the way they did his uncle and his auntie, they just, it was just you had to watch this series with a different mindset. And
You do.
Yeah, you can't think about the Will Smith that you know.
No, it's totally different from the
Correct.
NBC because it was a comedy series and this
Correct.
was a drama.
And that's what I didn't like, Val, because you moved me too far away. That'd be no different when me and you was coming through school, and you already said it. Excuse me. What's the one black drama that you said that made you want to go to college?
It wasn't a drama. It was a comedy series.
Right, which is what?
A Different World.
Bingo. And I'm with you. You still make this a drama series with Will, but you're trying to change a comedy to a drama, and you took the characters completely out of context, in my personal opinion.
Okay. So and then I'm gonna push back a little. There was an episode of the original show where Will was trying to keep up with being on the basketball team.
Yep.
He was trying to do academics. He was really making this weird adjustment to Bel Air prep. It was a big deal.
Yep.
And someone gave him drugs, barbiturates.
Yep, exactly.
And unfortunately, Carlton took that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a big deal because Carlton ended up dancing too hard or whatever. He ended up going to the hospital. And then eventually he admitted to
sabotage
Phil and everyone and said that, what happened was I had these drugs, but I didn't take them, but they were in my bag, and I had a lot going on, and I almost took my little homie out. And so when they were talking about the reimagining of Bel Air, they took elements from an episode or maybe a season, and they said, okay, why don't we just give him an issue? And that was, and I think they did that kind of based on what was seen in the original series. And the only thing that I was kind of weirded out about was the Ashley character. I didn't, I think they were trying to have her.
I like that. I thought that was the only character that they actually kept the same. She was
no, but Ashley, I don't ever remember Ashley being. This was back in the 90s, and they, at the time, it wasn't open for LGBTQ. I can't think of all the letters. Right. I'm so sorry, but it wasn't. I don't want to be disrespectful, so I feel like they weren't open for gays and lesbians in the 90s as open as they are now. And so they gave kind of Ashley, the character in this one, her kind of exploring her sexuality. But I'm thinking she's a little young to explore her sexuality. And what does she do? Huh?
She's in high school.
I know she's in high school, but
so as a high school coach at an all-girls Catholic school, I'm just telling you. So I completely get with the Ashley character a little different, because in the 90s, you don't know what Ashley was. She always came to the house and said, "You guys don't listen to me. You guys don't understand me." But they never allowed Ashley in the 90s to really bring out what she was trying to talk about. Again, love the series. Just don't like what they did to some of the characters. I hate what they did to Carl. They made Carl a complete cokehead, mess with that white girl. And it's cool.
Here's the thing. This latest season, they've turned things around, and I like that they have him fighting to, deal. Yeah, and I think he gets into Princeton. Spoiler alert, all these things. But I think
I'm that. Tell me all that.
Huh?
Don't be telling me all that, man. I want to know.
Have you seen the first couple of episodes? Because I watched the first couple of episodes. Did you see the first?
No, I ain't seen. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Don't be dropping no spoiler alerts. Don't be dropping.
Oh my gosh! Well then, I don't know why I'm showing you.
Drop the spoiler alerts on Tommy and Force. Don't be doing that.
Well, anyway, like I said, this was one of my favorite series. I hate to see it come to an end. But I'm gonna be watching it over the weekend, and I want to get to that scene where you see Will Smith and you see Jabari Banks, and to see what he's saying to his older self, and to see what Will is saying to his younger self, or the portrayal of his younger self. That's going to be interesting to see. So,
but the cool part about it was, I did like the fact of the matter that you got your girl playing his mother. I like her. And
who's that?
I can't think of her name. The character that plays Will Smith's mother in the show.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
She kept it 100 because that was Will's mother, and she looked like her. Short haircut. So how she bounced in and bounced out. The hard part about it is, you and I both know Aunt Viv was two people back in the day. It's only one person. This one.
I like that.
I do too. And they made Uncle Phil a straight gangster lawyer. We know he wasn't a gangster lawyer back in the day. So again, you got to watch this series with a grain of salt, because as Val said, to me, it's kind of like a comedian giving you a joke and saying, "Oh, Val, by the way, it's a play on words," right? Meaning, I'm not going to give you the joke if you're not able to read between the lines.
Yeah, which is totally understandable. But like I said, this is a series that I'm sad to see come to an end, and I would love for you guys to let us know, especially in the comments on this video, what you think. And if you've checked out the series, if you're interested in seeing any of the films we talked about regarding the Golden Globes, we reviewed and talked about Sinners earlier in the year. But of course, there are well over 10 to 15 films that have been nominated with different actors and actresses that you guys should check out. And so, of course, I'm interested to see a few of these, and I am going to be checking these things out. I hope you guys check out A DJ Saved My Life. You get your print copy. I have about 20 or more copies ready and left. I'm selling them on sale right now till about the 25th. It is a great stocking stuffer.
Right, and get the song to go with it. Last night a DJ saved my life. Last night a DJ saved my life.
Go to purelightHousemedia.com and go ahead and get that. And of course, with Coach Tony, make sure that you scan the QR code and follow him on
the gram at the Pull Up Podcast Show. Get in.
And of course, join our Patreon community for free. You go to patreon.com/interludes. You could join this for free.
Man, listen, everybody. You can't pay your heat, your gas, your water bill, none of that for free. You can't even go down to K. Rogers for free. but you can join Patreon so you can check out Interludes Talk on Tuesday for free.
And then, of course, Coach Tony will be back next week for the Pull Up Podcast show.
Got a big guest next week. We rock and rolling. Don't meet me there. Beat me there. Last night, I want to thank each and everybody because I was doing my things in them, with my mans in them out here on this basketball court. So thank you for hanging in there. Val, thank you for kicking the show off for the Pull Up Podcast show. I appreciate everybody who loved the show, who checked in. And not only did they check in, they hung around. First of all, when y'all come see Coach Tony, I'm like an old 80s band. I ain't coming on time. I may get there. Y'all got to be in the audience with your drinks already. And then the main act come on. So, Val, I appreciate you getting it rocking and rolling. Thank you for plugging in last night. But we had a good time, talked about some serious topics. So next week, make sure you pull up on me because why? The beloved that me and Val love, Chicago Bears playing who we just spoke about, Shedeur Sanders and the Cleveland Browns. We're going to have more to talk about that next Monday. So you want to know what I got to talk about? Pull up on me. And then I got a special guest. We're talking Black History, HBCU. You know we're going to have them on the show. But in the meanwhile, we got to run out of town like the police chasing us at the bank. Peace.